Do we have complete total blackout of internet in Russia? Well, apparently not, because I'm able to upload this video and currently I am located in Vladivostok city. Yes, not in the capital, but still in Russia. So in today's video, guys, I want to speak all about crazy Russian internet in 2026 and explain you how it really feels, because people start to be worried about me and asking me questions in the comments like, how am I able to be on YouTube without internet in Russia? How I can upload to YouTube because using VPNs in Russia is so difficult, and questions like that. So stay tuned, guys. It's going to be interesting. First thing first, guys. I don't know from where you get this information, probably from articles from the Western media or other bloggers, is that we don't have completely no internet in Russia or total blackout in Moscow. I will tell you, it's not really true. This information exaggerated. There was no total blackout of internet in Moscow. Yes, there was big interruptions. For example, in one district there can be stable internet, in another district there can be no internet. In different areas it might work with some troubles, but overall, imagine to stop all internet in a city of more than 10 millions. It would be just completely collapsed, because Russia is not a stone age, it's pretty developed country, especially Moscow. The robots on the streets, all electronic taxis, electronic cars, skyscrapers, people in offices, big tech companies. Imagine blackout in this, it would be complete collapse. So what really happened is really big interruptions in some streets. Maybe they tested something with our Russian crazy internet. There is really some manipulation. And for 2026, I already don't know what they are doing with our internet. Is it because of drones? Is it because of protection? Is it because they really want to close our internet? I'm already so confused to find the reasons why it is all happening with our Russian internet. There can be so many reasons for this. Every year, something in Russian internet is getting stricter and stricter. Right now, we are going through the second big wave of Telegram closure. Telegram is our biggest and most popular and most convenient messenger in Russia that everyone uses. Almost everyone has a few chats, maybe friends group or work chats in Telegram, very convenient. Maybe some businesses, shops, daily news. Everyone using Telegram, and you know what? They decided to close it down. And I would tell you that people are noticed this, and they're pretty much annoyed with this. So right now, Russian government want to everyone go to Max, our messenger, and use our national messenger, which is connected to our government website Gosuslugi. And they are telling us is that it is for protection from terrorism. Well, if they close Telegram for terrorism, these bad people can go to Max and do their bad things in Max, right? For me, Max feels pretty suspicious and not safe because it's really connected to your Gosuslugi. It's where you keep your private government information, like your tax number, your passport number, like all of your life documents. They're connected to this messenger. So what if bad people go to your account in Max? What if you lose your phone and you have your Max? They can steal your information. Like, I feel like people don't want to go to Max, but they have to. It's just a forced power. And I started to use it also a little bit, but I use VPN almost all the time, 24/7. Just don't turn it off, because half of websites that I use in my daily life, they are only with VPN. I was really recently thinking about this situation before filming this video, is that my life in this not stable internet situation really depends on one tiny straw of VPN. What if it will go worse than it is now? What if they decided to block even VPNs, or they will make it not free to use? That could be a very, very big problem for me, because like I explain you how I work. For creating this YouTube video, our YouTube work only with VPN. To create a cover, a picture for this video, I use Canva that is no longer works in Russia after special military operation. Thanks for them, because I still have my paid subscription, but I'm just paying for VPN and subscription together, but I still use it because the service is good. To withdraw money from YouTube, I need to go to MCN, a media company website, and it also works with VPN only. Then to withdraw money from MCN, I have to use cryptocurrency, which also works with VPN only. And then I contact the exchanger in Telegram, which is also with VPN. So imagine if there is no VPN, my life is going to be effed up. And honestly, I'm really tired to be worrying about it, because I think I lost my last mental cells around 2023. So now I'm just in total acceptance of the current declining reality. And please don't tell me like you have to go out from Russia. Like I already did, guys. I'm mentally prepared because I used to live in China. And let me tell you about China. For China, this situation with the internet is pretty normal. They have it already for many, many years, and I have lived there for a while, so I know how it feels to live only with VPN, guys. In China, it works this way. If you use only Chinese internet and Chinese apps, it works just very fast and perfectly. But if you turn on VPN, the WeChat stop working. So you always in your phone, if you want to open something from the West, like Google, you have to turn on. If you want to use something Chinese, you have to turn off. And you switch in this VPN 25 times a day. This is what it feels like living right now in Russia, because if you want to go to the Russian government site with VPN, it wouldn't work. What really works and what doesn't works? Google services works in Russia, such as Google Mail, Google Maps, but Google Maps are working not so well. If you're in Russia, it's better to use everything from Yandex, because it's just more accurate and you will find more information, and you can build routes and navigation in Yandex very easy. With Google, it works not bad now, but YouTube is blocked. Actually, you can open YouTube, but it will just not upload anything, just a white screen. What else is prohibited? Everything from Meta is prohibited, and WhatsApp is working slowly too. I use two VPNs that are paid. They're not very expensive. One I paid $2 a month, so not very bad for unlimited data, so I can use all the closed websites. What normal Russian people do feel about it? I feel like everyone's upset, especially younger generation, because the more we live, the more we use technologies in our daily life. I think there are two kinds of Russian people. Maybe we can say older generation and younger generation. Older generation, maybe they need a messenger to contact with the family, like, and they don't care what messages to use, right? It's pretty like very basic technology skills. But the modern generation, starting maybe from millennials or people younger than 40 years old, a lot of people right now work online. They do remote work. They work with foreign companies. They use all the technologies. They use cryptocurrency. They work as a designer, as a filmmakers. in a social media, trying to create businesses, they do marketing. It's all need to use Western websites, and maybe not only Western websites, but other country technologies. And by closing it down, the internet, it makes people really upset and annoyed about this, because just their life really depends on their job and the internet, basically. I saw it a few years ago when like our monetization from YouTube disappears and stuff like that. I already was mentally prepared for that. So right now, I am not in a big panic about what's going to happen, because I know, like, in a worst case scenario, what? I need to close down my YouTube channel. I need to go outside of Russia again. Like, right now I'm in Vladivostok and we don't have a flying drones here. So situation here is much better with internet. Our Yandex map and locations works without problems almost. Maybe there are bad spots near to the military objects, but that's it. I feel that internet in this part of Russia is pretty normal, how it was always. But in Moscow and in neighboring cities and regions near to Ukraine, obviously you need expect some interruptions. But I would recommend you, if you go to Russia, or you want to live in Russia, you can choose Siberia or Far East, because here we really have less interruptions with internet, and here we have almost a normal life. What are my thoughts about the future? I think we're going really in Chinese scenario, is that in China they close their internet from other information and they're kind of in their own bubble. I think in Russia they're trying to do something the same to protect from other world and make Russian special territory of internet with Russian information only. I don't think we can do something like North Korea, because Russia is already two developed countries and people are too much using the internet in a daily life. Like, everyone in Russia has a good smartphone. Not everyone a good smartphone, but like, we like Apple, we like iPhones. People buy phones to small kids. Like, internet is everywhere. We have our Yandex system, Yandex speaker, like our own AI intelligence who speak to you in the house. We have robots on the street. It's impossible to just do complete blackout of internet in Russia, because our internet is already too developed for this. So it won't go to the North Korean level, I suppose, but I believe it's going to more look like a Chinese internet, in my opinion. If you have any thoughts, you can let me down below in the comments, because I really like to read your comments and sometimes I reply. Thank you guys. I hope it was interesting. If you want to follow East Coast Russia, please subscribe to my channel. And if you want to learn something more about me, Lisa the Russian, you can go and watch other vlogs on my channel, because I have a lot of them. Thank you so much guys for staying until the very end, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye!